We're live. Happy Thursday night. How are you, Veronica?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm
I
good.
feel like I haven't seen you in forever.
I know, I feel like it's been ages.
How was your Thanksgiving?
It was good. It was quiet, and that's how I like it. So, how was yours?
It was good. Definitely good. A
Good.
lot to be grateful for.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, me too.
But I
Well,
also want to know how our community did, if they had a happy Thanksgiving, like what was their holiday like?
right. I want to know too. I mean, hold on a sec. I'm just gonna drop the link our in our app on Sobriety Engine. Um, because that is our new platform. Yay. So tonight we are talking about having fun in recovery. I think this is like a myth that a lot of people have when they first get sober. But really, and I think it can keep people from getting sober.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, people definitely don't want to be bored in recovery, so people feel like they'll lose that edge, their ability to go out, to mingle.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Oh, are you there?
Changes things, and definitely how like you approach these kind of events. So the good news is that you can still have fun sober, and like in recovery in general, you have to find what's normal and what's enjoyable to you, like that new normal,
For
like we've
sure.
talked about before.
Yeah, and let's see, in our new app on Sobriety Engine, I did like take a poll and ask kind of how recovery has changed your perception of fun and like what people do for fun now. And so there were like a few really good comments.
Oh,
Um
let me
there's
know.
there's a couple people commenting in the app, and Jason is asking if the app is available in the Play Store. Yeah, it is. It's called Mighty Networks, and Debbie is here. Chuck is here. Hi, Chuck. How are you?
Hey, Chuck.
Nicole is here. Tiffany is here. So let me just pull up that poll real quick. So Deborah says recovery has changed my perception of fun because now she can have fun all by herself, not having others around to encourage her. Is it's okay. Not having others around to encourage her that it's okay to have a drink. Um, and now she can't have just let's see, she can't have just one, so she doesn't have none, and that is her new fun.
No, I get that. Like
Yeah.
you just make it a new normal.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, did you have that that challenge when you got sober?
No.
No.
No, not really. But I want to actually, I was looking at the article that you shared that you said we'd also be discussing, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So, like your first answer was ask questions and act accordingly. So, how does that relate to having fun in recovery?
So, I mean that and this is like a couple tips for people who are like newly sober, because I know I noticed that on Sobriety Engine there was a lot of people struggling, so I wanted to
Mhm.
kind of bring it back to basics.
Yeah.
And so ask questions, ask accordingly. Like if you're gonna go out, do something or go to a social event, like know what you're walking into. I mean,
Right.
like know if there's going to be alcohol there, if people are going to be, doing drugs or whatever. And I mean, prepare yourself if you know that it's going to be there, either don't go or have a plan,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. I mean, absolutely. All the best advice says that when you are new to recovery, you definitely need a plan, a backup plan, and even people to roll with you, if
For sure.
that's what the situation calls for. So, okay, I
Right.
get that one then.
Yeah, and like if there's gonna, yeah, exactly, like you need a support system. Like, are there gonna be people there that like are not drinking, you know?
Right. Or
That,
people that you're sober and
yeah,
support you.
yeah, for sure. And then there's another, and we'll just kind of like go back and forth, I guess. There's another person
Yeah.
on the poll that says, she's still trying to figure that out, like how to have fun, and what her like new, I guess what her perception is. She says right now she feels like she's lost in transition, but she's 70 days clean. So congratulations.
Yeah, I mean, that alone will make you feel lost, and
Right.
like,
Right.
that alone is a lot, so don't be, just keep experimenting with different things that, reconnect with things that maybe made you happy as a child, or, whether that's art, music, whatever it may be, but have an outlet, and never give up on having an outlet, a hobby, or something that you feel passionate about.
Yeah. And Jason says in early recovery, he often heard that if you're bored in recovery, it's probably because you're boring.
Aw, that's not true. I've gotten bored in recovery and I'm not boring. But I get what he's saying though. But yeah, no.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, like if I stayed bored and like, I mean, if recovery or sobriety was boring, like no one would be doing it. So
Well, no, I think overall, like, yeah, absolutely. There are your moments where, like, with anything in life that you get bored, but, like, overall is the best thing to do.
yeah, yeah, for sure. Um, let's see. So the second one is like be prepared to answer questions, right? So if you're in a social setting, like this is a huge one too. Um,
Yeah. So I like the flow of it. Like, ask questions and act accordingly if you're gonna, go out, especially now with the holiday season and all the Christmas parties. And then how
right.
you said, be prepared to answer inevitable questions, because then if you're at these outings, you're gonna get asked, or somebody's gonna offer you a drink. So just, what's your advice?
I mean, I'm like an open book, so I'm like, oh, I don't drink, like I'm sober, you know.
Yeah. Like,
Um,
no thanks. Like,
yeah, I don't
yeah,
know.
you don't even need to go into it that deep. But I know some people do like to, push strings on people, but you just have to stay firm and set the boundary.
Yeah, and really that's it. Like once people, because I know
But
people
if
go
you
out.
feel like you're trying to set the boundary and know you could have that drink, then walk the other way, or go try to be with your sober support, or like, why are you in that situation? If it's a Christmas party for work, I understand, but then you need to like go and not be around that at that
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah, I have you ever been to, like, any Christmas parties or something where like, at work where people are asking you, like
No, no.
yeah, yeah, because I know for some people that can be big, but I've worked with people in recovery for a long time, so, um,
No, but people can come around an office and be like, "Oh, do you want wine?" And it's like, "No, thanks."
yeah,
And the story is not a
yeah,
big deal. So like sometimes, we get so caught up, and that could be all traced to whatever shame, stigma, or whatever. But sometimes it just, no thanks.
right.
No.
On the poll, another comment was from Courtney was she said her perspective has changed. It's more of a progress, not perfection attitude. Where before she tried to make her recovery perfect because she didn't want to mess it up. She
Mm,
realized that her old friends are not really her friends and that she's slowly gaining friends from sobriety. She does have trouble finding fun. She's bored and know that life has more to offer than just work and staying home. Really? Kidding. Okay. Um, and she struggles to find things to do because she's never had sober fun. Um, but I think once you find your people, like there's a whole community out there and so many different things that you can do and that people do without drinking. It's crazy.
yeah, no, seriously, like whether it's going to the movies, going to the mall, like whatever you're into, like just do it. Reconnect with those things that you felt made you happy at one point or another in your life.
Yeah.
Like, hello, a lot of people have never done things sober for
Right.
fun. So
I mean, it's
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 a
so
thing.
simple,
So
but it's such a big concept.
you have to rediscover it and again make a
Yeah.
new normal of your life. Like, you're rebuilding that.
Yeah.
Um,
I like what Chuck said. He said, "We're having an ugly sweater Christmas party/game night this Saturday." That's fun.
That is fun. And I think a lot of local groups, do a lot of fun activities, especially around the holidays. So,
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of support and good stuff going on out there.
Yeah, there is, and it's cold here, so
I know we're so happy.
but not
Okay,
not
so
this cold.
three. So three in your article was be in total charge of your drinking. Three important points. What are those points?
Well, I mean, basically, if you're somewhere where there is alcohol, like, keep your drink on you, that your non-alcoholic drink on you. Watch, like, obviously, like, don't leave it anywhere. I mean, these are common things, especially,
Right.
um, but yeah, I mean, never let someone, like, who's not in recovery get you a drink, especially if you're in a place with, I don't know. I feel like this is more of like if you're in a place with people you don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Um,
And then the final one is have an exit strategy. This is my favorite, and I think it applies to all of life. I think we should all have an exit strategy in every situation. Anyway,
oh my
no,
god.
but seriously, yeah, and call up a friend, go to a meeting. I don't know. I mean, there's so many options.
Listen, I have an exit strategy for a lot of things. Like, I gotta go take a nap. I gotta.
No, I mean seriously, but I do get it. I mean, it is really scary to get sober and then to feel like, great, now life is going to be boring. Well, people like, I know so many different people who start hiking and doing like adventures and travel the world and like can actually do that because of their new life. So
Oh, for sure.
yeah, so it's like when people talk about being beyond its wildest dream, it's like it's true because at the moment that you're at, you don't think you can't even imagine that all that good is possible for you. But
Right.
like if you stick to the process, like you have a shot at it.
When I first heard that, like, oh my god, my life is beyond my wildest dreams. I was like, you're a damn fool.
I
Like,
mean,
you're
it
a
sounds so
liar.
ridiculous. Like I hate repeating it, but it's the truth.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I repeat it because it's like you really can't imagine in those moments when you can't even put together 30 days being like, I'm going to be traveling and I went to Europe this year and I did this and I did that
No.
and I own a house, I own a business, like whatever it is, whatever your deal is.
Right.
Like this is the time to get focused and really reconnect with what you're passionate about and just enjoy life, like while we're doing something so important, it doesn't mean we can't enjoy and we have to stay locked up in the house. There's ways to be safe about it. But overall, like connect with your joy and like what made you happy.
No,
And
I totally agree. And start like rediscovering those things that do if you don't know,
right.
like how to be be with yourself. I mean, I think that's a big one too. And
Yeah.
and like all the time that like I spend drinking and using, like it's like there's so much more time in my day now.
Yeah. No,
So
it's true. It's like you do have to find something else that you're passionate about and focus on that too.
yeah,
And it's really fun discovering what that is too. While it may seem overwhelming, it's really fun
and
in
you learn
my
new things about yourself too, which is
Mhm.
interesting. So, and then there's one more comment I wanted to read from Leslie.
Like,
Says she has real fun today. She doesn't have enough time to do all the things she finds fun. She's in long term sobriety, but it was hard at the beginning. There are so many things and ideas that needed to change, but she's here to tell you and hopefully encourage you that after 26 years of being sober, life is truly amazing. Um, she has tried all kinds of things, some she liked and some she didn't, but it's all been finding out things about her. And she
right,
discovered talents she never knew she had.
right.
I love that comment. I think it kind of like wraps this up very nicely. And
Mhm.
I mean, yeah, you just have to it's kind of like a trial and error,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
a discovery process.
yeah. So anyway, I think that was like, I think that wrapped it up. What do you have anything else to add, Veronica?
No, I think we summed it all up. And if you have, any more thoughts about it, your experience, share it in the comments for sure. Keep the conversation going.
Yeah,
No matter when you're watching this video, this is an important topic, especially around the holidays. So
yeah.
stay safe.
And if you're not on our new app or website, sobrietyengine.com, feel free to
Right.
join us there. It's a huge community now. We have over 500 people, which, I mean, obviously it's smaller than our Facebook page, but
But
it's a
it's
little more.
private.
It's private, yeah. So you can post, if you're not comfortable posting on Facebook, you can post on there and connect with other people that are doing the same thing as you. So yeah. Anyway, um, have a good night, everyone. Veronica, you too.
Have a good night, everyone. Good night.
Bye.